Right. He also left the Republicans with zero defenses left, but they tried, and they're spinning a little bit now. Let's listen into that.
Investigation after the White House learned about the whistleblower complaint. Is it just a coincidence that that happened just days before the White House actually released?
No, it got released because so many senior government officials met with President Zelensky and they determined, hey, this new guy, this new kid in town, he's actually legit. He's a real reformer. That's why it got released. Oh, remember what also happened on the September 5th? The same day the senators are meeting with President Zelensky. You know what happens in their parliament? They start the anti-corruption court. They'd already passed getting rid of sovereign immunity for members of Congress, members of their parliament. So all those things are happening, and they say, and plus, remember, Senator Johnson came back, Senator Murphy came back, Senator Portman, they all talked to the president, and they said, we really want this aid released before September 30th, and the president doesn't. They want to say it's because there started some investigation. They've been out to get the president forever. It happened because we all believed that President Zelensky was legitimate.
Into the impeachment fray and told the committee that, he spoke to Vice President Secretary of State.
No, I'm more concerned that I think it was 359 times in the ambassador's deposition where he said, I can't recall, I don't remember, I'm not going to answer it. I do think I'm more concerned about the fact that the most exculpatory piece of evidence was what Representative Stefanik just talked about, the statement from the president that he gave directly to Ambassador Sondland, and of course he left that out of his 23-page opening statement. I'm more concerned about those things.
If you have no concerns about the vice president and these other officials, why not let them come and push the White House and let you speak to them? Some of these other
That's the White House's call. That's the White House's call. That is the White House. Look, this process has been so unfair. What Adam Schiff has done, just the fact that he told us last night at 10, if we wanted to look at Mr. Sandy's deposition and bring some of that material forward for today's hearing, we found out about that, I believe, last night at 10 o'clock. Our lawyer got notified. How are we supposed to? We would have liked to have Mr. Sandy's deposition available to be able to use in this proceeding today. We couldn't do that. That's just one of the many unfair things that you all know it's been unfair throughout this entire process. You all know that.
All right, and because they don't have much to defend, they're spinning to the point of lying. Let me just fact check some of that. They're complaining about a transcript of a deposition that took place Saturday, about not having that. The chairman took to the microphones, actually in the hearing room, to make clear that whatever portions the Republicans were seeking for the purpose of today's hearing, they would make available, and that the process right now is that the witness is reviewing that transcript. The other complaint seemed to be something about the process being unfair, but they did seem to focus, Chuck, on trying to suggest that any crime that doesn't have a first-hand witness, so any murder that isn't, caught on video camera, witnessed by a dozen people, doesn't result in the murderer going to jail. That's not how our justice system works, is it?
Thank goodness. And I think I can explain this if you give me a moment.
Please.
Near or at the end of every federal criminal trial, the judge holds what we call a charging conference. She asks both sides to propose jury instructions. What would you like me to tell the jury at the end of this case? And the standard thing we always request as prosecutors is for the judge, for her to explain to the jury that direct evidence, what you see, and circumstantial evidence, what you piece together from pieces of evidence, are given equal weight. And I can give you a good example. In fact, we've used this in court. If you wake up in the morning and you look outside and there's snow on your front lawn, did it snow, Nicole?
Yes.
How do you know? You weren't there, you didn't see it. It's possible that someone drove up in a truck and dumped snow on your lawn and everyone else's. But logic, common sense, experience tells us what? If there's snow on your front lawn, it probably snowed. That is circumstantial evidence of it snowing. If you stayed up all night and stood on your front lawn and watched it snow, that's direct evidence. And a judge will always tell the jury, you can give these things equal weight. They're equally valuable. If we were limited only to direct evidence, to this notion that you had to stand on your front lawn all night long and watch it snow, and Maya knows this well from her days in the Southern District of New York, we would have far fewer cases we could bring.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me, or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.